Okay. Hello, everyone, and good evening to today's town hall meeting. You are all very welcome to today's town hall meeting, and we are glad to have everyone here. We'll just wait a few minutes, like about 3 or 4 minutes, so that other people can join in. All right. So if you're in the comment section or you're seeing us live, please just give us a few minutes for others to join in. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening, Emmanuel. What's up?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Happy Sunday.
All right. Yeah, same to you. So we just started. I'm waiting in a few minutes for other people to join in. You can send reminders on the group chat. Now let me do that so that people can join in now.
Okay.
All right. So Emmanuel, maybe in the next like 2 minutes you can start. This is 7:02, so in like 7:04, 7:05. You can just continue with the introduction. All right, Emmanuel. I think you can go ahead now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'd say good day, good evening, happy Sunday. I'm trusting everyone is doing very well. I'm trusting everybody had or is having a wonderful weekend. Quickly, um, I would want to get some form of engagement um, with the participants currently online. So I don't know if, in say in 1 2 minutes, can any one of us could just put on a comment chat on what we kind of like achieved in the weekend. Probably you just rested. I think maybe that might be a sort of like what you really like achieved this weekend. So I just want one or two people just decide of what they really like kind of achieved this weekend. For me, I think it was I rested quite well. I mean, quite well this weekend. I had a lot of pendings to attend to, but I just take out that time for me to rest this weekend. And I think that's like the deal for me because I know I have a lot of pendings to work on in the coming week. But for me, that's my like highlight for the weekend. I don't know. A couple of people could just put their thoughts on what how their weekend is actually going. We just do that for about 60 seconds before we kick off. We're monitoring the chats, yes, just to see how the response. Yes, how was your weekend? How's the weekend going? What's your major highlights for the weekend? For the football lovers, I think there is a match ongoing. Liverpool Arsenal football. I'm not following. I ought to be following, but I'm not following. Um, oh, thank you very much, Hayomide Shitu. Uh, Oh, that's interesting. And yeah, I think yeah, that's I would say a thumbs up for you. It's really I think the weekend most of the time is more to unwind and just rest. And I think you taking out that time for it to just play, I think it's really rewarding because you're going back to work again and get work would always continue to exist. Yeah, that's a nice one. Um, yeah, I'm still looking out for oh, oh, nice one. Boss mediums, nice one. Rested, yeah. That's the whole essence. And God rested on the seventh day. Oh, Mr. Noibi, weekend was okay. Nice one, nice one, nice one. I hope we all had a restful weekend. I mean, Monday's already like in few hours time, and we're back to the whole hustling and bustling. Well, welcome again, everyone. So quickly, we'll be having just like brief discussion as regards how we'll be going through an events this year, and there will be some discussions around amongst ourselves on the events we'll be having this year, and there are some updates as well we'll be sharing with the community as well. Yeah, it's really lovely having you guys and everyone around, and it's really lovely to see you guys again. I mean, it's a new year. I would say Happy New Year to you all, and welcome, welcome. I will turn it over to Adewale to give in the review for last year's activities. Over to you, Adewale.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Um, I'm happy to have everyone here today for the meetup, and I hope you're all having a good weekend so far. So, I'm going to give a quick review of what we've done in the past year, okay, in 2023, since the inception of our community, what we've done. So, the AWS Cloud Club Unilag was launched in March of last year. So, we are a few months younger than a year old, okay? And we've come a while. We've done a few things in those years. So I'd like to do a recap to remind us, for those of us that have been here from the beginning, to remind us of what we've done, and also for people that are not here right from the onset, so they can know the things they missed. Okay. So we had our first um, onboarding session earlier last year around April. We had an onboarding session, and shortly afterwards, we created our peer learning groups where a lot of us are to this moment, and they've been very useful, very instrumental for us to facilitate our learning. Where every club member have other members to help them with their learning, to assist them whenever they need their assistance, to provide the support and the encouragement on the group. So we have our peer learning groups, and shortly afterwards we started our boot camp to get some training on cloud computing essentials. So we ran a boot camp in which a lot of people participated, and there was very good turnout. And afterwards, when the boot camp was completed, we tried to get vouchers for people that completed the boot camp successfully. So we were able to get some free vouchers for people to take their CCP exams. So afterwards, we thought it would be important for people to be well prepared before going to write their CCP exam. So we had another event where we talked about how to prepare for our CCP exam. A lot of people here will remember that event where we had three different speakers share their nuggets with us on what you need to do to pass our CCP exams. So afterwards, a lot of us went to take our CCP exams, and we've had a lot of success stories on people successfully taking their CCP exams. So not long afterwards, we went into the phase of building our portfolio. We had another event for that where Bob Hadeusi was our speaker, and he gave us a lot of good advice on how to build our portfolio as cloud practitioners. So afterwards, we started having a series of projects which will go into building our portfolio, knowing what we already know on the best way to go about building our portfolio. So we've had a series of projects to stand on how to build our portfolios, and I believe we are all learning. We are all improving as cloud practitioners from the community and again from the projects that we've had since then. And so, in the interim, since our inception, we've always had a couple of town hall meetings where we discuss whatever thing is relevant for us at the moment. And this is another one that we are having, the first one for this year. And since in all the town hall meetings we always have quiz sessions where the winners get some prizes and other things like that. So that's where we are up till now for this year. We're looking forward to doing more and more things this year. And the fact that we have 12 months complete in this year as opposed to just a few more to 9 months that we had last year means we should be able to do even much more right in this year than we have. So let's look at what we have to do for this year, and hopefully we'll all get to see it to the end, and we will be happy about what we've achieved looking back at today by the end of the year. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Adewale. Thank you very much for that talk. So Adewale is our content lead, so he has been in charge of generating content for us. So very quickly, I would be talking about the plans that we're going to be having and the timeline for our events this year. I have some slides here, so let me try and see if I can share them now. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. From studio. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Is my screen visible? All right. I think it's visible now, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
All right. Great. All right. So yeah, thank you very much. So the events that we'll be having in this year, we have divided them into like the different quarters in the year. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So the big event that we'll be having in Q1 is our community day. right? So this is kind of like what we have in the proposal for our community day. So you can see the theme for our community day is Cloudscape, exploring cloud frontiers and creating innovators. Right. So as we all know that AWS Cloud Club Student Community Day is an educational initiative that is hosted by AWS Cloud Clubs and is dedicated to empowering students interested in cloud computing and technology. It offers valuable insights into the various AWS services. I know we've touched on some services in our projects, but in our community, they will be going deeper into some of these services and looking at case-based scenarios on how they can be applied. Also, be looking at industry trends. So this means that we'll be looking at the latest technologies that AWS has released. So last year there was the Reinvent program, Reinvent 2023, where AWS released some new technologies. We're looking at them and also be providing practical knowledge that is beneficial for academic and professional growth, even for students. So now, what you might be thinking, why did we choose this name, Cloudscape, exploring cloud frontiers and creating innovators? Well, our team symbolizes the expansive landscape of possibilities within cloud technology and also emphasizes the exploration of uncharted territories in the cloud domain, where students, through the AWS Cloud Club, will delve into innovative solutions and practices. What this just means is that this community day is going to be a way for us to explore the expansive landscape of cloud computing. So we're looking at various aspects of cloud computing. So computing is very wide. So we'll not touch on everything, but we'll look at least we'll be diverse. Like we'll look at a lot of different things, and we're going to be also encouraging students that look, there's a lot you can do with cloud technology, cloud computing, and we encourage you to build innovative ideas or build innovative solutions using AWS cloud technologies, and this which is actually what the club stands for. Right. So now these are the objectives that we are going to be trying to achieve from the community day. So the first one is readiness. We're going to be preparing students for rewarding careers in the cloud computing industry. So yeah, we're going to be having speakers and panelists that will be discussing about careers in cloud computing, how you can start, what careers are there, the different pathways, different careers that we'll be talking about skills also. So we'll provide insights into essential skills required for success as a cloud practitioner. We've been touching on some of these skills recently in our projects, and I encourage you if you are here, if you have not like participated in any of our projects, please endeavor to do so. We actually planning project three is going to be coming out very soon. I think we even discussed it during this meeting. So these are ways you can actually build these skills. Also, be talking about pathways. So this is guiding attendees through various career pathways in cloud computing. So innovate. We'll be encouraging you. Definitely we're going to educate ourselves on the latest cloud technologies and best practices, and we'll be encouraging everyone there to build innovative solutions through these technologies. And also, as we always do, we encourage our participants to interact. We're going to be having demo sessions and hands-on workshops and sessions. All right. So that is that. So let me stop sharing this for now. Right. So thank you everyone for listening. So then in Q2 we're going to be having something called an infrastructure camp. So an infrastructure camp is actually it's kind of like it's an educational session that is put together that at least by the AWS Academic Advocacy Committee. So it's actually like a highly enriching and illuminating event. This is going to be very practical. So everybody's going to be coming there with their own laptops, like a very practical session. We're going to be having a speaker. I'll be delving like into like deeply into one of the um one of the ethos of AWS. I think we have not decided, but I think a very good use case is going to be using identity and access management in AWS. So that can be like that's what I'm thinking about. But we'll get feedback from the community, right? So the infrastructure club is actually very important, and actually, I think for everyone who participates, there's going to be some badges that you can actually, you know, get for participating in this camp. So this is something I'm going to be looking out for. And also, yeah, as I even forgot to include, we're going to be having some more projects. We are we're actually approaching project three of our project phase. So at least between Q1 and Q2, you should be looking at adding two more projects. So that means if you have been following us from the first project, you'd have gotten four projects now in your portfolio that you can actually show to your potential employers, or you can even show online or write articles about. And these projects we used very common AWS technologies, right? And then in Q3, we'll be having sort of like an hackathon, right? So where we would encourage students. So this hackathon, whether you are into machine learning, data analysis, data science, you're into web development, right? Either front end, back end, like so, we're able to form teams, different teams that will come together. You're going to build a solution, right? So that you're not presenting an idea, you're presenting like an MVP, like a solution you created using AWS technologies, right? So probably you created an app for doing something, maybe for detecting changes in something using a machine learning model that you created and you deployed it to a serverless or in an EC2 instance. So this is something we'll be doing. Don't worry, so these things will be announcing them as they come beforehand, so you get an adequate time to prepare for them. And also we'll be also be having physical activities, right? I know since we started, we actually, due to the prolonged holiday that we had between second semester and last like I mean second semester for last session and this semester. So we've not been able to have physical meetup events where like everyone comes in physically. Not This is not like a camp or a community, just a physical event where all of us will just come like a social event. We just come to discuss to know more about each other, and we'll just discuss things. So we're planning them this year too. So it's something to look out for. And then in Q4 we'll be having a skills challenge, right? So these are things you should be on the look for. Skills challenge is just going to be also be we'll give you a challenge. We'll just give you a challenge like maybe like, okay, a company X has these requirements, they want to do this, they want to build something like this, blah blah blah. I'll give you like a case-based scenario and tell you, using all the knowledge of AWS that you have, you're going to build a solution. So this one is going to be a personal challenge. So you're not going to form teams. For the hackathon, you'll be forming your teams. But for this one, you build it by yourself. And I think the winner is going to have a prize money. Right. So this is something you should be on the lookout for. All right. So yeah, that is what we have for now. So in case you have questions, please try to use the comment section, like so we can be seeing your questions. If you have questions, clarifications, um, into anything that has been spoken now, you can just let us know. And so I'll be going over to Emmanuel now. So I and Emmanuel will discuss. Okay, that's actually me. Okay, let me just give like space 1 minute for questions. So any questions? Also, the questions can come from either Emmanuel, Adewale, or Moses, like anyone, either in the live session or in the comment section. Please, if you have questions or you think there are places that need to be clarified, please let me know now. Okay. Questions,
Yeah, hello.
questions, questions.
Yeah. Um, I I do understand the activities that you have outlined for us, and I'm very happy for all the activities that we have for this year. I'm looking forward to all of those for this year. And what I would like to ask is that can we have a documentation for them? It doesn't have to be something elaborate. Just for us to keep these things at the back of our mind. In fact, we can just make it maybe um something we write on our group chat so that everybody can go and look at it from time to time and pin it on our various group chats. What do you think about that?
Yeah, thank you very much, Adewale. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, so these are just like ideas that I was able to come up with. Definitely, I'm going to work on documentation for them to explain them further, right? So I'll be sharing it on the groups by next week, right? So I'm going to share something that is quite elaborate, discussing each of them and also getting feedback from the community so that we can know where exactly they want us to like, maybe like to touch on. Maybe they have some additions that they would want us to, some modifications that they think is going to be beneficial to them. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Thank you so much, Madhuwali, for your
Thank you very much.
all right. Okay, so I'll just be moving on to the next thing on the agenda now, which is the announcement of teams and the invitation of members to join teams. All right, so yeah, before now, we have actually been, okay, okay, there's some questions now. Okay, there's some questions now. Let me just display them. So this is from Abdul Rasak Noibi. So he said, "Thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate what the community has been doing. I want to ask, is it possible that there will be a voucher ticket for AWS Associate exam?" Oh, okay. Thank you very much for your question. So for AWS Associate exams, I know last year we were able to get about 16 or 17 vouchers from the AWS Academic Advocacy Committee, the team, and a few of our students who were able to complete the AWS our bootcamp. We had a bootcamp session. That's the Cloud Practitioner Bootcamp, and we also had a mock exam. So all the students who completed that got the vouchers for free. Okay. So for this associate exam, because the thing is, before we provide vouchers, we have to make sure that whoever we're giving these vouchers to, that they're ready to take these examinations, right? So for any exams or anything, we would need like some time beforehand. And also, we first need to consult the advocacy team. It's something that they have, because like we can't just give out vouchers on our own from our own side. We get the vouchers from them, right? So yeah, this year too we're going to be having, like, we need to plan it well so that so that a lot of people can get in at the same time. So that's why we actually organize boot camp, so that it's able to attract people. So once if we are able to hold a boot camp session on any of these examinations, definitely we can reach out to them and get vouchers if it's possible, right? But it all depends on them. But we can reach out on behalf of our students, right? So that's the answer to that question. And then, oh, sorry. So there's another question from Ayomide Alabi. He said, "Please, can we be taught how to properly document the cloud projects and build a portfolio with it?" Okay, that's interesting. Thank you very much, Ayomide. Um, okay, so I know in the session that we had with we had a session on portfolios recently with that was, I think that was in October, where we discussed building portfolios. Please, I don't know, does anybody want to come in? I can't remember the particular time or the particular name of the session.
It was with Bob Adeosi, crafting a portfolio.
Exactly, exactly. So I know we had a portfolio recently. Yes, it was crafting a portfolio, exactly, with Bob Adewusi. Exactly. So I think, but if you go back to watch that video, it's in our YouTube page. Bob touched on all these things, but definitely I will share how to ways how you can document your project. So just from top of my head here, so the first thing I would encourage you to do is to, on blogs like Ashnode or Medium, you can actually write blogs there, your personal blogs, where you talk about how you built the project. You can attach images to your, yeah, you can even give like snippets of your code or things you're able to do, add it there. On Also, you can use GitHub. GitHub is a very powerful it's a very powerful way for you to document. So you might need to learn Markdown. So I'll be sharing some of these resources, okay, with us. But if you go back to the session, crafting your digital portfolio, you'll be able to see some of these points there. But thank you for noting this. I'll go back and get some resources that everyone can benefit from and post it on the community. All right. So this is from Bola Owate. Will students who will be graduating before the second or third quarter still be able to participate when they graduate? Absolutely, absolutely. So our community is student led, right? But even within our community, we have people who are not students, like who are probably, like, well, I mean, not students, they're not undergraduates. So we have people with master's degree in our communities. We have PhD holders there, and we have aspiring students also. We have some secondary school students in our community, because I know I met some ALX people who are actually, they are not yet university students, right? But they were so eager to join, and I allow them to join because this is the way they can benefit. So yeah, the card club is just being student led, in the sense that students are the ones who lead the club, organize the events. But anyone from anywhere, as far you are able to align with our code of conduct and you are eager to learn, because it's very, very much open, right? Thank you very much, Bola Owate. All right. So I'll be going to the next on the agenda now. So yeah, announcement of teams. So yeah, so we have for now we have three major teams now, and we have so those are the design team, the events team, and the content team. The design team is headed by Moses Adekombi, who's our lead designer, is on the call now. The events team is headed by Fauzia Zakaria. Fauzia is not here, unfortunately, due to some events, but she's the head of the events team and she has been doing a wonderful job. And also, we have the content team. The content team is headed by Adewale Busari, right? And so will be so these three teams have actually they have been headed by individuals and they have been having like everything that has been done has been done by them and then the core team. So we're going to be adding other teams now. We're going to be having the publicity team, the sponsorship team, and the web team. All right. So now we also need volunteers, right? We want people to join these teams. Okay. So if you're interested in joining either the design team, the events team, the content team, the publicity team, the sponsorship team, or the web team, please, you can indicate your interest on the community in our group chat. Just indicate your interest there. We'll also be sending a Google form for people who are interested to actually fill out the form so that we can get back to you. Right. So this is like a way to volunteer, right? And these teams are actually very like they're a very important part of us, like our community, because these are the teams that actually do most of the work. So this is a way for you to actually give back to the community. And trust me, all your work is going to be fruitful. Like we are going to see the rewardings or the rewards rather from your work when you are seeing that our because you guys power our activities, right? We see beautiful designs being done by Moses. You can see the events being organized by Fauzia. You can see the content being churned out by Adewale. So yeah, actually, it's a way for you to improve yourself, and also it's a way for you to develop yourself professionally. This you can add this to part of your volunteer experience, right? So if you have any interest in any of these things, please feel free to just indicate on our community, and also we'll be sending the Google form to that effect too. Thank you very much. So I'll be answering one last question before Emmanuel comes in now to tell us about the next project. So this question is from Temitope John, and John says, "Where can a beginner go to gain hands-on experience with cloud partitioning, please?" Okay, cloud. I don't know if that was is it cloud partitioning or cloud partitioning. Okay, but for anything at all that you want, because anything at all that you want to learn for AWS technologies, there's something called AWS Q Builder. So AWS Q Builder is a repository created by AWS where they have a lot of resources in terms of video resources, material resources like in text, PDFs, blogs, online blogs, where you can learn general overview of AWS technologies and also some specifics like machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud security, networking. So I'll type it out in the comment section. So you can just you can just search for AWS Skill Builder and you can build or you can actually gain hands-on experience. You can look for projects online. Also, please go online, search around. Just go on Google and search for projects that you can use to gain hands-on experience. And even here on the in the community, we have been posting projects and people have been gaining hands-on experience. At least anybody who has done the first two projects now can successfully host a a static website using AWS S3. You can cache your website. You can use CloudFront to cache your website. And also, you can also, when anybody who has done the project can deploy an end-to-end serverless website. Beautiful, with a front-end, back-end, and a database all being managed. So this is something that, and this is something that a startup will actually probably need in an early phase before they, you know, start looking to go into deeper into cloud technology. So this is like this participating in our projects can actually be a way for you to gain hands-on experience. All right, thank you very much. So I'll be going over now to um Emmanuel now so that Emmanuel can take us on our next project. I'll be looking at the other questions too as they come along.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for sharing that. I guess, and I'm very sure that the community is super excited and looking out to the timeline for the year activities as well as to participate and volunteer for the teams. So quickly, we'll be looking into, we're going to the next agenda, which is more talking about the next project. I'm really super excited and super pumped up as well for this project. Uh, as it's been, I mean, now a lot of us are already quite familiar with some of the projects we've actually been working on, and as kind of like learned and firsthand on and hands-on basically the implementation of some of these AWS services that we've been hearing, and we've kind of like implemented most of these services hands-on. And this will be driving us to our third project, which is more on CI/CD basically. To a large extent, I mean, I'll put it. CI/CD basically is more of, continuous integration and continuous deployment. Some might be a term that a lot of people might have been be familiar with, and some people might not really be familiar with. So we'll be working on projects that implement the CI/CD approach, that implement the CI/CD concept and principle. So we'll be deploying an application, a web application, um, and to be deploying a web application, which the CI/CD approach basically is more of building an application, deploying this application to the services that will be hosting this application. And all of this is all automated. There is no manual effort. So we're doing a project based on that, and we're making use of a tool on AWS that handles that, which is the AWS code pipeline. That is the tool that we're making use of for the deployment, of the CI/CD principle of the web application to the services that we're making use of. So I'm really super excited about this project. It really gives us that hands-on experience on how companies, institutions implement automated deployments, from the developers end down to the application that actually hosts these applications that we make use of, and actually test them. So it's really an exciting project. I'm really looking forward to the project, and I'm very sure that it's something that a lot of us will really enjoy and will really love to, really find what's doing actually. So more details about this will be shared on the groups. It's something that will start with very soon. So we just want to put the information out there. So we're actually prepared and we know what is coming our way for the third project. I think that should be it for now. We're calling on to Moses for the next agenda, which is announcing the website development tax. Moses, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Moses, the community design lead for AWS Cloud Club.
Um,
Thank you
Sorry,
for being
Moses.
here.
Hello, Moses. Yeah, please, could you increase your
Yeah.
volume? We are struggling to hear you, or could you go closer to your microphone? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Am I audible enough now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Moses. Your community design lead for AWS Cloud Club. Thank you all for being here. So, basically, we have a quick announcement to make. We want to build and develop our own website for the Unilag AWS Cloud Clubs. This website will be an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript combination. Like it's more of a static website. So this website is a place to showcase our club activities, a place to showcase what we do. It will also contain several links to our events, the previous and upcoming projects, events rather. It will contain links to our social media pages, Twitter, LinkedIn, and it will contain links to AWS resources. So right now we are actively seeking volunteers to contribute to this project. So to contribute their expertise in web development, design, and content creation. So it's basically more of a collaborative effort from the teams of designers and developers to build this website as soon as possible. So if you're interested, you could simply indicate your interest in the general group and specify your area of interest and expertise. So afterwards, We'll be reaching out to you to know the way forward. Okay, thank you for wanting to join. And for people that are not on the call right now, we'll be sending a BC to the general group to inform people that are not available in the meeting. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much, Moses. Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, yeah. So you can go on, Emmanuel. Yeah, you can go on.
All right, thank you very much, Moses. Please, for anyone that is kind of interested in the development of the website, please express your interest in the community WhatsApp group. I will take it up from there. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, on to the next agenda. Wow, this one is quite exciting. Um, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I guess we just have to just do that. So we'll be having our community day very soon. It's something we're actually planning on. And the community day is like a day where we come together physically and we come to interact. We come to have hands-on section, demo sections on various technology stack and cloud concepts that are really like not clear. Kind of we come together and we have this discussion and we have discussions on them and we have hands-on sections on them as well. So it's really gonna be an exciting day. It's gonna be a day full of activities, networking, and learning as well. It's a day I'm really, really looking forward to because there's so much in it. Uh, I think it's just one single university currently, AWS Cloud Club. I think about three of them now that I've had theirs. I will be having theirs this year. So we're having ours very soon as well. More information about that will be shared on the group. But this is just like a tip. This is more of like letting the card out of the bag a little bit, just to give you um, just to put it out there that we'll be having our community day, and it's a day that I really love every one of us to look forward to and come along and learn, have fun, and yeah, interact and network as well. I think Paul will give more information as regards that.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for the overview. I'm sure everyone is excited at the moment. This is something huge for us and definitely huge for the community. And we actually invited everyone to be a part of this. Right. So we're going to be having a call for volunteers soon. So I'll just be going over what we'll be trying to achieve in the community day. I think I actually discussed this already. But for anyone who was not in a meeting at that point. So it's just an educational initiative. Okay, it's not just something huge. It is an educational initiative hosted by AWS Cloud Clubs and is dedicated to empowering students interested in cloud computing and technology. So we're going to be offering valuable insights into AWS services, industry trends, and practical knowledge beneficial for academic and professional growth. So our theme is Cloudscape, exploring cloud frontiers and creating innovators. Our theme symbolizes the expansive landscape of possibilities within cloud technology and also emphasizes the exploration of uncharted territories in the cloud domain so that where students through AWS Cloud Club will delve into innovative solutions and practices. So be prepared to so in the objectives that we're trying to achieve is we want to prepare students for rewarding careers in cloud technology. We want our students to get valuable skills into essential we want our students to gain essential skills that are required to succeed as a cloud practitioner. Also want our students to be innovative. We'll be educating everyone there on the latest cloud technologies and the best practices. And definitely, we'll be having our interactive sessions. We're going to be having networking sessions. We're going to be having speakers and panelists who are industry professionals. This is going to be a great way for students to interact with them and learn from them and learn from their experience. Right. So that's all for the community day now. As we have more information, we'll be letting you know about that. I'm sure we are pretty much excited about that, right? So if you have, okay, so I'll be going over to Moses now. Moses will be taking the conclusion and questions too. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. If you have any questions, please you can use the comment section for your questions, and we'll be going over them. Do we have any questions, please?
This will be an opportunity for any one of us that has questions as regards the projects, or probably you have a project idea you want us to work on. Yeah, and questions surrounding that, you could just put questions in the comment sections and we'll pick it up from there.
All right. I think we've answered some of the questions earlier, or rather, all of the questions earlier. But what I can see is that I'm seeing a lot of people showing interest in the community and also in being volunteers in our different committees and groups. So that is really really commendable. Thank you very much for everyone that has expressed interest. So as we said earlier, we'll be sending in a form in this week, and the form you'll be able to express your interest, and we'll be getting across to you later in the week. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank
So
you very much for. Okay. Thank you everyone that made it to today's town hall meeting. We appreciate your participation and contribution so far. We don't take any one of them for granted. We're also looking forward to hosting more events very soon. So, and concerning the volunteers for the web development, the website we are working on, would appreciate your interest. I will be looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you. We'll also be sending a PC to the general group for people that are interested, for people that are not here. So, thank you so much for attending to this town hall meeting. Have a great week and don't stop learning. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you all. Have a great week ahead.
all right, thank you very much everyone. Thank you very much for joining. So until next time, bye.